Assalamu alaikum, and welcome to Islam Unveiled, a channel dedicated to uncovering the truth behind common misconceptions and exploring the wisdom of Islam through authentic sources. Today, we're talking about a pain that millions of people carry silently: heartbreak. If you've ever lost someone you thought would be part of your future, stay with me until the end, because the Quran offers a perspective on heartbreak that can completely change how you see your pain. Let's begin. You didn't just lose a relationship, you lost a version of your future. And the worst part? They're still alive. You can't even grieve them properly. You had it all planned out. Not in some big dramatic way, just quietly, in the back of your mind. Where you'd live, how things would feel, who you'd become with them next to you. Then one day, that picture just broke. Maybe they left. Maybe you had to walk away. Maybe it ended slowly, like a light slowly going out, until one morning you woke up and it was just gone. And now you're doing this thing. You replay conversations. You check their profile even though you told yourself you wouldn't. You hear a song and suddenly your chest feels heavy. You're fine during the day, but at night, it all comes back. You keep asking the same question over and over. Why did this happen to me? If you've ever been there, or if you're there right now, this video is for you. Because there's something in the Quran that most people never connect to heartbreak. And once you hear it, you'll never see this pain the same way again. Here's what makes this kind of pain so hard. From the outside, you look fine. You're going to work or school, you're responding to messages, you're showing up. But on the inside, there's this quiet war happening. One voice says, "Move on, you're stronger than this." Another voice says, "But what if that was the one?" And somewhere in the middle of all that noise, you start to wonder something much darker. You start to wonder if you're even worth loving. That's the real wound, not the breakup. The story you start telling yourself after it. Now, here's where a lot of Muslims get stuck. And I want to be really honest about this, because this misconception is more common than people admit. When you're heartbroken and someone reminds you of your faith, sometimes it feels like a door closing in your face. Like religion is there to shut down your feelings, not to actually help you carry them. People hear things like, "It wasn't meant to be," or "make dua and move on." Dua means supplication, asking God. And on the surface, those things aren't wrong. But the way they're said, cold, fast, almost dismissive, it leaves people feeling like Islam doesn't really understand this kind of pain. Like the faith was built for big spiritual battles, not for the Tuesday night when you're lying in bed and you just miss someone. And so people quietly start to believe this. Islam just tells me to get over it. It doesn't actually understand what I'm going through. That belief is the misconception, and it is completely wrong. Before we continue, if you're enjoying these faith-based reflections and want to see more videos that uncover the wisdom of Islam through authentic sources, consider subscribing to Islam Unveiled and turning on notifications. Now let's continue. Islam does not tell you to suppress your pain. It does not ask you to pretend you're okay when you're not. Look at the Prophet Yaqub, peace be upon him. You may know him as Jacob. He lost his son Yusuf, and he cried so much, so deeply, that he lost his sight from grief. And the Quran records that. It honors that. It doesn't say he was weak. It doesn't say he lacked faith. Grief is not weakness in Islam. Grief is human. And God, the one who created us, He knows exactly how we feel when something we love is taken from us. So no, Islam is not telling you to just move on. Islam is offering you something far deeper than that. But here's what I want you to stay with me for, because this is where it gets real. What if the pain itself was not a punishment? What if it was actually a protection? Stay with me, because there's one verse from the Quran that might completely change how you understand everything you've been going through. In Surah Al-Baqarah, the second chapter of the Quran, God says, "But perhaps you hate a thing and it is good for you." Read that again slowly. Perhaps you hate a thing and it is good for you. Not, maybe it'll work out eventually. Not, just trust the process. God is making a direct, powerful statement. There are things you will hate, deeply, painfully hate, that are actually good for you. Now here's the context. This verse was originally revealed about going to war, something that felt terrifying and unwanted. But the scholars of Islam have always understood that the wisdom of this verse is far wider than one situation. God is describing a principle about how he works. about how his plan often looks nothing like what we would have chosen for ourselves. He is not saying your pain doesn't matter. He is saying, I am aware of your pain. I allowed it. And I allowed it because I could see what you could not see. Think about that. The one who knows every thought you've ever had, every prayer you've ever whispered, every fear you've never said out loud, he was the one who closed that door. Not a stranger, not bad luck, him. Now let's bring this into your actual life. You loved that person. That was real. Nobody is going to take that away from you or tell you it didn't matter. It mattered. Your feelings were valid. But here's a question I want you to sit with. If you could have seen, truly seen, every argument that was waiting for you, every moment of feeling unseen or unloved, every version of yourself you would have slowly become in that relationship, every door that would have stayed closed because you were holding on to that one, would you still have chosen it? You couldn't see that. You were looking at what was right in front of you. But God wasn't. He was looking at the next 5 years, the next 10. He was looking at who you were going to become. And he made a decision, not to punish you, not because you weren't worthy of love, but because he had something better in mind. For your life, for your heart, for your growth. The breakup didn't say, you are not enough. The breakup said, this was not the place where your enoughness belonged. That is a completely different message. And it changes everything. So how do you actually live this? 3 things, simple ones. First, let yourself feel it without shame. Stop telling yourself you should be over this by now. Grief doesn't have a schedule. Cry if you need to. Journal if it helps. Talk to someone you trust. The goal is not to rush past the pain. The goal is to move through it with your head up. Second, separate the memory from the meaning. You can remember someone fondly without deciding they were your destiny. The story of your life is not over. This chapter closed, but the book is still being written. Every time your mind says, that was the one, gently remind it, I don't have the full picture yet. God does. Third, make dua. That means ask God for what is actually good for you. Not for what you want, for what is good for you. It's one of the most honest, most trusting things you can say. You're saying, I don't fully understand my own story, but you do, and I trust you with it. Imagine looking back at this moment 10 years from now. Imagine seeing clearly, the way you can only see things from a distance, exactly why this had to happen. Maybe it was to protect you from pain you can't even imagine right now. Maybe it was to grow a part of you that couldn't grow otherwise. Maybe it was to free your heart for something, or someone, that will make far more sense. You don't need to know the reason today, you just need to know that there is one. The person who is grieving right now is not broken. They are being prepared. There is a difference. And that difference is everything. God didn't close that door to hurt you. He closed it knowing exactly what was on the other side of it, and choosing to protect you from it. That is not abandonment, that is love. The kind of love that doesn't always look the way we want it to, but never ever makes a mistake. If this reached you today, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And if you're going through this right now, you're not alone. Keep going. And remember, sometimes the doors Allah closes are the very doors that would have hurt us the most. If this video benefited you, share it with someone who may be struggling with heartbreak right now. You never know whose life might change because of a simple share. And if you'd like to see more videos that explore the deeper wisdom of Islam, clear misconceptions, and connect Quranic guidance to everyday life, subscribe to Islam Unveiled. May Allah heal every broken heart, replace every hardship with something better, and grant us the ability to trust His plan even when we don't understand it. Jazakumullahu khairan for watching. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.